This is a good setup.
I like this setup.
This is pretty good.
I think this is going to make all the difference. Oh, yeah. Totes adorbs. This podcast ain't going to suck.
Time now for another episode of Irritable Dad Syndrome. This time, it's personal. Give it up for your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 308. We are happy you're here.
2 ring lights and a microphone.
That's
Just
right.
rattle the cans and shake your hands. We're here.
You've been practicing that, haven't you?
I listened to some Beck over the weekend.
2 turntables and a microphone.
Yeah,
where
just
it's at.
rattle the cans and shake your hands.
Beck is awesome.
Put on my ear goggles.
I love Beck. He's a good guy. We ought to have him on the show.
Yeah, I was driving around with Charlie, to y'all.
That's your youngest.
And I was just looking for some music to get the boot scooting boogies going. And you know what I'm talking about?
Boogie. I do know.
And then I was like, hey, Beck is good. So I unleashed Loser. Now, here's the deal. If you're Gen X like we are, then Loser is like, oh, God, you're going to play that song again? But because it was everywhere.
I know.
But now
we're so far removed from it
it's
now.
a classic.
Yeah. I know. I have been so far away from the music of Beck that whenever I hear Loser or Where It's At, I'm like, here we go. Let's throw down and let's get started.
Now, he has a touching album. It's not Summer's Eve, but I can't think. It's something like that. That's a douche. Yeah, and he doesn't have an album named after a douche.
He does
but
not.
if you look at his repertoire on Spotify or something, one of the album covers is like full of sunlight, and he looks like he's very joyful and happy.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. He sings with a je ne sais quoi. It's not the standard, 2 turntables and a microphone. It's like he sings like I can't sing. He sings well like he's a singer.
That's saying something if he sings better than you.
Yeah. But he sings like one who sings.
There is a great clip of him. I'll have to find it. It's, I don't know if it was VH1 or MTV Unplugged.
It's a video hits one.
And it's Beck, and they're getting ready to do Where It's At. And it's like a 10-minute version of Where It's At. And the keyboard player on his little Casio changes the sound of it to like 15 different... ding, 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 ding. And it could not be more fun. And Beck is smiling from ear to ear, and the band is loving it.
It's great.
And I'm like, I wish I was at that performance. That would have been fun.
One of my favorite albums of all time, period, is a Beck album. It's called The Information. And when I went back to school. A lot of people don't know that. I went to school once.
You got your master's.
Got out, and I worked. And then I said, I want to go back to school. And I did
and
while
judging
working.
by your vocabulary, you need to go back to school again.
And that's when I lost my hair. But a lot of times when I was studying, I found that Beck, The Information, look it up by name, kids.
Sure.
It's at your local Sam Goody. It was, it's a
Sam Goody.
Well, that would, you could have, if you're listening at home, rewind and then set a little stopwatch to that. You'll measure the speed of Darin's brain.
I just caught that. So you didn't get it at Circuit City. You got
I actually no, I got it. I think I did get it at Circuit City.
Record bar.
Dude, let me tell you something.
The mall.
If I could bring back one store from the grave, it would be Hills. But I also really, really, really miss Circuit City.
I do too.
I always thought Circuit City was stupid and dumb and untenable. But right around the time that it was starting to lose favor, I started to enjoy going in there. It's red.
Yes.
It was red and gray.
Yes.
And they had everything. You could get a food processor and a music device, a CD, and then a video game.
Well, they had like 5 rows of compact discs.
Yeah.
And I loved going through the CDs.
They had that room full of stereo equipment that you can't afford. And they were always playing Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park. You would just go in there like, wow, this would be nice.
This is crazy because you've brought up 2 things that I'm going to mention on tonight's show.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't read the...
I know. That's just like fate. Okay, that's our density that would happen. So you're talking about rewind and you're talking about stereo equipment.
Yeah.
I 3 or 4 days ago bought a cassette deck.
That is bad. Like how? Like a boombox?
No, a cassette deck, a console with the aux cables that go, the red and the white aux cable that plug into a receiver.
That's
which
auxiliary for you
auxiliary, yes. Yeah. And so I used to have a box with like 20 some cassettes, and I sold them at a yard sale for, I think, the whole box for $5 or something.
Yeah.
And I wish now that I'd kept those cassettes. But I kept a handful of them. I kept all my Billy Idol cassettes, and I kept Rolling Stones' Tattoo You and Rick Springfield, Working Class Dog. Those were the first 2 cassettes I ever owned, and they still look pretty good. So I hung onto those. I kept the Knack, Get the Knack, a Weird Al, and then Cheech and Chong, and a couple other things. But I've been wanting a cassette deck because I dug out my receiver and I've plugged a turntable into it, and I've been going and buying. I love going through the discount albums at Half Price Books. The crap you can find in there, $2. It's a steal, right? And I've found some really good music, some entertaining stuff, some Steve Martin, some Smothers Brothers, some really cool collectible things that I enjoy. So I've been wanting to get a cassette deck for a long time. They're expensive. You can buy one for like $85. I ain't paying $85 for a brand new cassette deck. And then I looked at some places that sold them used, and they're like $75, and it's still more expensive than I want. So I went to a Goodwill, and I thought maybe they've got something. You know what they did? They had 2 cassette decks. One was it looked like a silver box.
Yeah.
It had 1 cassette player in it.
Yeah.
And on the top was a CD. I didn't need the CD. I've got a CD player, but whatever. And I looked at that, and I wasn't really crazy about that. Then I found another one, and it's a Performance brand, which they sold at Sears. So that gives you an idea how old this mother scratcher is.
Yeah.
Sears has been out of business since, what,
But
2000?
That's where you went back in the day, kid.
Yes.
You went to Sears.
Yes.
Like that's when Daddy got the bonus or the Christmas paycheck.
Yes.
Y'all went to Sears.
You got the Sears catalog, and you went through and you circled all the Star Wars figures and Hot Wheels cars and all that stuff that you wanted for Christmas, and that's what you would get at Sears.
And if you were in a Poe area, you went to the service merchandise, which is basically Sears catalog in a room.
I remember.
You remember those?
Yeah, I remember Sears.
It looked like you were buying a mansion or a gold watch or something. You're going in there to buy whatever you like. I need some manila folders.
Yeah.
Will they just enter the document number on this sheet? You have to fill out the thing and give it to the guy. He would stare at it for a minute.
Yeah.
Walk to the back, and there's nothing back there, but they take smoke breaks and their pop machine, and then he comes back and says, "It will arrive in 3 to 5 days."
Yes. Oh, remember we used to put stuff on layaway?
Oh, dude, layaway.
The layaway plan.
I will tell you, here's a memory.
Okay.
One of the very first things...
We'll get back to cassette decks in a second.
The very first thing that I ever put on layaway was a video game called BC's Quest for Tires. You remember the comic strip BC?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
They had they made a game. They made 2 games, Quest for Tires and Quest for Tires 2. And I saved up for months.
How much
put
was
on
it?
layaway. I think it was like $35. But I was a kid.
Right.
And I remember getting it, and within 5 minutes of playing it, I thought, well, this is a ripoff.
This is stupid.
Dumb.
The first
But
thing...
I told myself, because of my mental issues, I told myself it was the best game ever, because I just spent months trying to get this thing. Yeah.
The first thing I ever bought on layaway was this acid wash denim jacket that had leather shoulders, and you would put your pins on it, right? And I bought it at this store in the mall called Chess King.
Dude, I remember Chess King.
$75.
Yeah.
Because I worked at the Winn-Dixie grocery store.
Yeah.
I got my first check, and I'm like, by God, I'm buying something expensive as hell. A $75, and I still have the jacket, by the way. It was 80s day at school, and I asked Cameron if he wanted to wear it. He said, no. He passed. So
I bought a clothing item, and I believe we still have it in this house.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it cost $250.
Okay.
It was a black leather trench coat.
Oh,
those kind of went out of style.
A duster?
After a while. Yeah, but it wasn't like the glossy kind.
Like the Matrix and
yeah, like that, but it was like a brushed one. It's not the shiny. It's
one.
like it's like one that's been through some.
It's all roughed up, yeah.
Yeah, the problem is we don't live in Arizona
No.
or anywhere. If I were walking around the desert with a horse
Yes,
and a gun
and a hat.
and granola and I was looking for things, it's perfect. But little skinny me
Right.
walking around Huntington, West Virginia back in the day wearing
Yep.
that thing, I wore it out twice. And of those 2 times, one of them somebody said, why are you wearing that?
I used to have a long denim duster, also a kind of acid washed, loosely acid
Everything
washed.
was acid. Here's the thing. You couldn't buy something that wasn't acid washed
you
back
couldn't.
in the day.
It was state law. It was required by law. And it was gray. And I used to wear that when I was in college. And I thought I was the shit.
I'll go even further.
Okay.
I was once in Lazarus.
Oh,
You remember Lazarus?
I remember Lazarus, yes.
And I was walking through the men's section, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Came over the thing
By the U2s.
by the U2s, and I saw a black leather vest,
oh.
like the one Boner's wearing in some of the videos.
Without a shirt.
Yeah, and I bought it.
Did
I
you-
don't have it anymore.
Okay.
And I never wore it out. As soon as I got it home, I'm like, again,
What am I
I'm a
gonna-
kid
what am I
in
gonna
West
do with this?
Virginia.
What am I
I'm not gonna. The hell am I gonna do with this?
That's awesome.
I made a lot of poor decisions.
Oh, you and me both, brother. So back to the cassette deck. I'm in a Goodwill store and I find this cassette deck and it looks decent. Okay. I know it's old because it's in a Goodwill.
Yeah.
But it's $13.
You can get some good stuff at a
And I
Goodwill.
thought $13, that's enough to suit my needs for playing a cassette every now and then. I
Yeah.
can do that. So I bought it and I go up to the front and I asked the guy, I said, if this doesn't work, he says, you can bring it back within 10 days. I'm like, oh, okay, fantastic. So I'm not really gambling. So I buy this $13 cassette deck. I bring it home. I run downstairs like I'm a kid on Christmas morning, and I plug it into my receiver. And the first thing I do is I go and I get my Billy Idol Don't Stop EP, which I've been wanting to listen to for a long time because I have been on a Billy Idol kick, a hard kick. Okay. And so I could not wait to listen to this EP that I have not listened to in quite a long time. I put it in and I hit play and it's in the middle of a song. And I'm like, well, let's rewind and start at the beginning. I hit rewind and it makes that noise.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's something wrong with the clutch. And then I hit play, and it says, if I looked all over the world and seen every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by and dancing with myself.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, don't.
Yeah.
And it stops.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah.
The Billy Idol EP of Don't Stop, you can't buy it on CD. It's not readily available. I mean, you can buy it on eBay for $40.
Yeah.
Or there's people who are selling it for upwards of close to $300. And I'm like, are you kidding? So I panicked. I'm like, great. And I can't get it out. So I go on the Google and it said to unplug it. So I unplugged the thing, plugged it back in. I hit the pause button, which did something. And I was able to get my tape out unscathed.
Okay.
I was afraid that I was going to have to take the pencil and rewind the tape back, like you used to.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my God, it ate my tape. It did not eat my tape.
So kids, you Gen Zs and you millennials and all you people,
There's nothing worse.
they're back in the day. You've grown up
eating your tape.
You've grown up with the MP3s and the streaming and all this stuff, and you look at CDs as relics. But the thing with CDs was nothing's actually touching the disc in theory.
That's true.
In reality, all kinds of touch the disc.
Right.
But in theory, the music was the same now and forever.
Yes.
A tape. There was a non-zero chance that randomly your tape deck would sacrifice whatever you put into it to whatever god that your tape deck happened to be worshiping at that moment.
Yeah.
And it was just gone. I've had what I consider to be priceless cassettes. Now, those particular ones I only spent a penny on from Columbia House. But I'm telling you, man, if you bought them full price,
I bought them for a penny
it
too.
would piss you off.
I had Purple Rain,
Yeah.
Duran.
And it had nothing to do with the quality. I had a very nice, high quality boombox.
Well,
like
it's the
a
only
very
way you
good
could
one.
listen to music portably.
Yeah, that we got
you know?
back at the Circuit City,
Yeah.
and the two speakers on the side would come out, and they came with cables, and you could make it a desktop stereo if you wanted.
Yeah.
And it had an equalizer on it, and I remember one of the kids, because I brought it in for show and tell, and one of the kids was like, "Oh, it's got an equalizer. That's a good one." And that's how I knew it was a good one.
right.
But it sounded great.
Well, I know-
But even that one, even that highly tuned instrument, it ate a tape or two.
Yeah, it would eat your tape. And so I was, again, I'm so happy that I was able to get my tape out unscathed. I'm hearing that guy's like, you got 10 days to return it. And I thought maybe it didn't like the tape. So I tried it out again today with Def Leppard Pyromania.
One sacrificial lamb. Yeah.
Come on, what do you want? I'm like, okay, this isn't. So I take it back to Goodwill. Now, I want you guys to know, I feel like crap because I'm returning something to Goodwill. When you buy something at Goodwill, a portion of the proceeds goes to help people. But it's like, I mean, I can return it. But my theory is there may be some other guy. There's a lot of people who will buy electronic items because they like to tinker. They like to work on things. And maybe somebody wants to get a piece of cassette deck that he can work on or fix, or she can work on and fix, something like that. So I didn't feel too bad. And I go and I said, I need to return this. And the guy says, well, we have a 24-hour return policy on the electronics. And I said, oh, dude, when I bought it said you have 10 days. He says, you have 10 days if you buy clothing. With electronics, it's a 24. Then he says, but since they told you it would be 10 days, I'm going to honor that, but I have to give you a Goodwill card. So they put it back on a Goodwill gift card. That'll be fine.
I didn't even know those existed. That's my official what I'm buying people for Christmas now.
I did not.
Yeah.
Goodwill gift card.
I will.
So I've got $13.83 on a Goodwill gift card. I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And so I'm walking around, and I thought, I felt like because I was. So I'm gonna put the money back into Goodwill. I found this flannel shirt that looks so grunge. This is like Eddie Vedder wore it and brought it to Goodwill. So I bought an Eddie Vedder grunge ass looking filthy flannel shirt. Not filthy like dirty, but like this is a cool looking flannel shirt. And then I found this dress, I found a suit jacket, right?
Oh.
$9.
Okay.
And it fit me perfectly. Long story short, I returned the cassette deck, and then I ended up spending $5 more at the Goodwill because the proceeds go to help people. And I got a kick-ass jacket and a cool grunge Eddie Vedder looking flannel shirt.
Badass.
Yeah.
But
I'm still wishing I had a cassette deck though, because I've got cassettes that I want to play, and I liked having it as part of my. I had the vinyl,
ensemble.
I had the turntable, I've got the CD, and I wanted a cassette. So I'm gonna have to keep looking and try and find a better cassette deck. But now I've got these cassettes that I'm afraid. It's like I don't think I'm ever gonna put Rolling Stones "Tattoo You" or Rick Springfield "Working Class Dog" in there. I've got them on CD too, but I don't want to ruin my first ever cassette because I'm stupid, sentimental, weird like that.
Yeah. I think the cassette tapes that I know we have here are Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory.
Oh, it's a good one.
Miami Vice 2, the second soundtrack.
Oh, I remember the first soundtrack.
yeah,
I don't remember the
The
first.
second one's really good.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Was Harold Faltermeyer on that one? Too?
No, it was Jan Hammer.
But Harold Faltermeyer did something on that.
No, you're thinking Axel F.
I'm thinking Beverly Hills Cop.
And Black Grape.
Black Grape.
The Reverend Black Grape.
Never heard of Black Grape.
You should look up Black Grape.
I think I will.
It's pretty good. But I remember back in the day, as kids, we had the boombox, me and my friend Kevin, and we walked around the block of our neighborhood playing Falco, Rock Me Amadeus, loud as
Oh, man, I loved
and
Falco.
we would get to the end and we'd have to stop. You walk for 3 minutes, stop, rewind it, play, and keep walking.
Would you stop the tape and rewind, or would you rewind it and then hear the thing play in reverse?
No, I never did the second one because you run the risk of...
That's what people told me, that you were ruining your tape that way.
Well, that's the thing, is that every time, I'm assuming, this makes sense. Every time you played the tape, you're degrading it a little bit.
A little bit,
because it is coming into contact with different things in there. And that's why CDs were such a big deal.
Yeah.
I will stand by this. Cassette tapes were great to get. They had like the really good ones. Like if you got a new album, like I remember when I got the REM Automatic for the People.
Oh, yeah, good
I
album.
remember I got that on cassette. It had like a weighty feel to it. And the liner notes went out forever.
Yeah.
And the cassette felt weighty, and you would put it in. They sounded great. Like they sounded really good.
When you first got them.
Because you were listening to them compared to vinyl.
Yes.
Which I know, keyboard warriors, calm down, put it back. But
Put it back.
cassette tapes sounded better than the vinyl back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. And then CDs sounded so much better than cassette tapes.
Yes.
But not as much as cassette tapes sounded better than vinyl.
Right.
And then MP3s came along, and people told themselves it sounded good until they went back and listened to it on something else. And
Right.
they're like, it's not that good.
Oh, I know so many people who would burn their CD collection. They didn't put them in a fire. They transferred the CDs they ripped them
Yeah.
to digital file, and then they saved them, and then they got rid of all their CDs. That's why when you go into used record stores or half price books or one of those places, they've got 7,000 CDs for $2 a piece because all these people are like, I can't lug all this shit around or whatever. But I'm like, I love having the physical media. Okay, I do, and then I have every CD by ZZ Top and every CD by Simon and Garfunkel and every CD by John Mellencamp and those guys, and I almost have every CD by Billy Idol.
Now,
But
there was a period of time, and I don't think they do it anymore, but there was a period of time where Amazon, if you bought music digitally from them, they would send you the CD.
I know if you buy a CD off of Amazon, you automatically get the digital.
Maybe that's what it was.
Put
Yeah,
into your account. Yeah,
But that's how I got the Rush collection on CD.
Yeah.
Then when they did their remasters,
Yeah.
I just bought the digital versions for like $9, and then I get a remastered CD in the mail.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Pretty good.
And then you mentioned Terminator 2, and I was talking about Billy Idol last week and the Billy Idol Should Be Dead documentary. I didn't know this, but James Cameron wanted Billy Idol to be in Terminator 2. He wanted him to be the T2 cop, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, the bad guy.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Interesting indeed. But his, he had smashed up his leg and he couldn't run. And so, but I'm just like, what? And I thought I knew almost all about Billy Idol, but I had no idea he was going to be in Terminator 2.
I remember there was an interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about him talking to James Cameron about Terminator. He wasn't originally slated to be the Terminator.
Right.
He just kept talking to James Cameron about how it needed to be. Like he's like, he has to be, he was talking about the Terminator, has to be like a master of weapons. He has to be able to load, disassemble a gun, and reload a gun without ever looking at it.
Right.
To be able to do something over here while looking over here and doing all this stuff.
I can do that.
All these things. And he said that as he was talking to James Cameron just started looking off and like he was glazing over. And finally he said, "What, do you want to be the Terminator?" And he's like, "Well, I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger," but he was like, "I hadn't thought of it." He's like, "Get to the chopper! You're the Terminator. That's who you're going to be." And then they were saying Robert Patrick, the cop Terminator in Terminator 2, stepped it up a bit. The thing with Robert Patrick was he could run at full speed in the scene where he's running after the car and he like reaches out and hits.
Yeah.
They had to speed up the car to like a normal speed because he could catch it. And the scene description said he had to run without breathing through his mouth. And he could do that. He could run at full speed, breathing through his nose, and he caught the car. That alone, the dude deserves an Oscar.
I saw a thing with him on TikTok, and this was last year. I'm sorry, the TikTok. It was last year or the year before. He was in some Western, and somebody asked him about what type of makeup or prosthetics were they doing to alter his body. And he said, "Look, man, I'm not using any prosthetics. This is age. This is me. This is me putting on weight. This is how I look."
Yeah.
He just totally owned it. He says, "Yeah, I'm not the guy that I was 30 years ago. I have weathered with time."
Yeah.
This portion of Irritable Dad Syndrome is brought to you by Uncle Chappie's Soothing Miracle Lip Balm. Hi, I'm Dave Lay. The cure for dry, chapped lips is just a click away when you order a tube of Uncle Chappie's. It's available without a prescription, and it comes in 5 great flavors: passion peach, tango mango, dark chocolate, spicy jalapeno, and my favorite, old-timey root beer. Say goodbye to dry, chapped lips today. Uncle Chappie's Soothing Miracle Lip Balm, available wherever fine lip products are sold. Now, back to the show.
Do you remember when I was talking about Hank the Sesame Street bigot? Do you remember that?
That's one of my favorite contributions that you've ever made to the show.
The story of Hank the Sesame Street bigot was I was going through some I was going through some papers that I had in my desk at work, and when I'd started on Twitter, I was trying to write and post something like once an hour or something. I was really trying to get in there and make my name as somebody on Twitter. So I had written Hank the Sesame Street bigot on this notebook page. I don't remember the premise. I just remember that was the thing, and I still don't know what the premise was. Well, this happened to me again. I had this giant stack of receipts downstairs near my office. I work from home, and Libby, she and I, we were cleaning up because they're coming, and she says, there's a giant stack of paperwork. Do you want me to throw that away? And I'm like, oh no, I got to go through it. She says, you're going to go through it? I said, yeah, I'm going to go through it. So I'm going through the paperwork, and I find a list of potential titles for an episode
Of Irritable Dad Syndrome.
And one of them, Neil Young Knows How to Eat Corn. I don't remember ever talking about Neil Young eating corn. But now I've got to go through the episode around the time of these potential show titles. But I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? Neil Young knows how to eat corn. What is that? He's from Canada. Of course he knows how to eat corn.
It's a true statement.
Yeah. Story goes nowhere, as it should.
Yeah.
As it should. I hate mulch.
I know you do.
I hate mulch.
Well, I didn't know you do. I see it up on the screen.
I hate mulch with a passion. I hate buying mulch. I hate hauling mulch. I hate opening up the bags.
I hate it so much we don't do any of that stuff.
I hate spreading the mulch. And my joke every year is, why do we buy mulch? You get dirt, and then you put it on top of dirt.
Yep.
And then next year, you buy more dirt, and you put it on top of that.
Exactly.
The people in the mulch industry are making money hand over fist because we are idiots who buy dirt, and we put it on top of dirt.
Yeah.
And I was against it. And this year, I'm like, we're not doing it this year. And it turns out we were. Yeah. And we did.
Yeah.
And so do
you have the big old dump truck come and dump it in your front yard?
We've done that before.
Yeah.
We have done that before. This year we opted not to do that.
Okay.
So, and since I don't have my POS car anymore, we use Libby's car. And on Saturday I had 3 trips to the Home Depot getting almost 30 bags of mulch.
Wow.
So the first time I'm there, I got 8 bags of...
How much is a bag of mulch?
Well, it's a good thing you asked, Mike, because they had one brand of black mulch for $3.97, but you could buy the Vigoro, and it was 3 for $10, and that came in a 2 cubic foot bag, and the other one was a 1.5 cubic foot bag. Okay. So you get more mulch for less money.
How much cash did you drop at the Home Depot?
I spent so much money because I made 3 trips.
Yeah,
I bought 30 bags of mulch.
30 times basically $4. You buy $120 worth of dirt
to put on top of dirt.
That's not that bad.
I know.
That's not that bad.
But I'm in line, and there's a woman in line ahead of me.
30 bags.
And, of course, what do I do if there's a person in line ahead of me? I start talking to them.
Yeah.
I start doing my mulch routine. Why are we buying mulch? You put dirt on top of dirt next year. Dirt, mulch.
Waka, waka, waka.
And I'm doing my mulch bit, and she thinks it's pretty funny. She's laughing at me, and she tells me that she's like, yeah, I wasn't going to do mulch this year, but we've got new neighbors. And she just had to come out and put out tulips. So here I am.
Yeah.
And she says, here it is. I could be home watching the ponies, but no, I'm buying mulch.
Stay home. Watch the ponies.
Yeah,
what the hell?
She wanted to stay home and watch the Kentucky Derby, but instead her bitch neighbor is planting tulips, and she can't have that because God forbid your neighbor have something nice and then your yard doesn't have any mulch.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So
just go get some poison ivy seeds and throw them in your neighbor's toilet.
Neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Yes. That's exactly what you're supposed
That's
to do.
the gift that keeps on giving all year round. Well, let me ask, I'm curious, real quick.
Okay.
Let's diverge here
Are you
for a second.
changing topic?
No.
Because I've got more mulch.
I'm going off to the side here.
Oh, more mulch, kids.
We're doing a pit stop.
Okay.
When you do the mulch, do you pull all the weeds out, or do you just go down on top of it?
You've got to pull the weeds out.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to weed, and you've got to. We rake out a majority of whatever leaves were left behind
From the old mulch.
from just like from
And what
fall.
do you do with it? Put it in those refuse bags and put them out on the curb?
I put them in garbage bags.
to let Johnny Trash Guy take them away?
Johnny Trash comes and picks them up. I throw them in plastic trash bags. I had a friend of mine lecture me, "You're not supposed to put leaves in plastic bags."
Yeah, they end up on a dolphin's head or something.
You kill 2 sea turtles every time you throw away a bag of leaves. And she says, "You're supposed to put those in paper bags." I'm like, "Well, thank you very much."
Yeah. That's more from big paper.
That's right. And every time you buy a paper bag, you kill a tree.
That's right.
So what do you think about that?
You're either killing trees or killing dolphins. Yeah. And I'll tell you what.
you can't save
I watched
both.
a video. I am going to change the topic, but just briefly. We're still in the pit stop.
Okay.
I watched a video the other day. You know, dolphins are...
That's what I've heard.
They kill porpoises for fun.
Yeah,
they don't eat them. They just kill them.
They're like the bullies of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, people who like buy, why don't you buy this tuna? If you buy this tuna, it doesn't hurt the dolphins. I'm like, well,
no. They had those little smiles, but they're not really happy.
No, they're not. They're horrible people.
Yeah, so everybody we got excited. We went to Destin and we were out in the boat and we saw the dolphins. Everybody's like, "Oh, look at the dolphins, look at the dolphins."
Yeah.
Taking pictures of the dolphins. I didn't know what kind of jerks they were.
Yeah. My kid saw a dolphin once, and you know what the dolphin did?
What?
Flipped him the finger.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
Had a tattoo. I hate dolphins.
Yeah. But mulch.
Back to the mulch.
This lady's trying to keep up with the tulips.
So she's trying to keep up with her bitch tulip planting neighbor. And then I get up there and I put my card into the thing and it's not reading it. And the guy says, "You ought to just tap that." And I said, "Should I tap it?"
Whoa.
He goes, "Oh, you should tap it." I'm like, "Well, so I'm just going to tap it?"
Yeah, tap.
He says, "Yes, go ahead and tap it." So
Okay.
I tapped it. And I said, I went, and this is another thing I do every place I go. I went to college. Why can't I run a credit card? One of these days, these cashiers are going to be like in the same building, and I walk through. It's like, "You know him? Oh yeah, he shopped at Home Depot.
Yeah.
I see him at Kroger all the time. Did he do the bit about how he doesn't know how to use a credit card? Oh, he did that with you too?
They're going to get on
because I
you.
do that everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, "I can't keep up with technology," and he goes, "You and me both." He goes, "Why do people have to have their washer and dryer operate on their phone? Who needs to wash their clothes and operate it with their phone?" And then you go up to your refrigerator and there's that big monitor. He says, "I just need to open it up and get my food." And I'm like, wow, I've got Jerry Seinfeld here, you know. But I struck a nerve with him.
Yeah.
Because he was not happy with current technology.
See, I used to be like that, but now I embrace
Now you have a washer and dryer that you operate with your phone.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll tell you what it's happening, and it's like, I know what's happening. I just put the clothes in there.
Just don't understand.
I mean, there's a point where it's like, what do you...
You're going to be driving through Daytona and realize, oh, I need to put it on a rinse cycle.
One of these days, my toilet's going to message me. I'm full of right now. Yeah, I know. That's what I did to you every day at 9 o'clock. It's like clockwork. But my car, long-time listeners are probably sick of hearing about my car.
Oh,
but I can lock the doors. I can lock the doors for my phone. You're like, why don't you just press it when you leave? Well, I don't remember to press it when I leave. And I'm always getting ready for bed. And when I'm getting ready for bed, I look out the front window and what do I see? Yeah. The car. And I'm like, did I lock my doors? No. How do I know that? Because the Toyota app has been messaging me left and right. Mm-hmm. Are you going to lock your car? You should lock your car. There's bandits about. You should lock.
You got to tap
and
that.
I literally do. I tap it. I turn it around. What? No, I pull up the app and I push the button that says lock, and it waits. It does a little circly thing, and then this is cool. This is cool because you look out the thing and you see your lights go, bleep, and then the phone goes bleep and says door locked.
Door
and I was
locked.
like, no, bruh, that's badass.
So Libby locks the car with her fob.
Yeah.
Jacob locks his car with his fob.
Yeah.
And Cameron locks his car with his fob.
Yeah.
And why am I saying fob? Because I like it. When I drive any of their cars, I get out and I lock the door. I lock the door at the door and then I close it just because they're going to say, did you lock the car? I did. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm positive. And they start getting a little twitchy because we didn't use the fob to do it. And eventually, inevitably, someone will will lock it again. Like, I told you it was locked. I told you it was locked.
Yeah. Speaking of technology, did we really have to get rid of the saloon doors? You remember those?
Oh, I love
the
saloon
things that
doors.
just like
And then
fling
pop,
open.
pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Now they're
You
just
kick
in
it
like.
open. There ain't room in this town for the two of us.
That's why you have saloon doors. That you
Exactly.
go into some people's houses, they're the live, love, live people that have the saloon doors. You can't kick those in and say, I got a problem with your face. It doesn't work. But back in the day, that's every bar. That's how you went in the bar.
One last thing about technology. You think it's silly locking your car with your phone?
Yeah, I
My
think it's
neighbor,
great.
Chris Michael, gets a notification whenever he gets mail.
Figures.
And I was telling Libby about that. She goes,
Hey, Chris, Michael, your porn mag arrived. Ding.
your copy of Sweaty Betty.
Yeah, sweaty Betty.
So he gets
Your licorice suppositories arrived. Bing.
So I told Libby that, and she goes, no, he doesn't. I'm like, yes, he does.
hell?
And she goes, why? I was because he's Chris Michael. That's why. So we were
Yeah.
going on a walk, and I said, trust me, open up his mailbox. And she goes, okay. And then she opened it, and she goes, well, when's it going to? Well, you're not going to hear the notification. He will. So she closed it, and I said, do it again. She goes, oh, I don't. Nah. So I went over there, and I opened it, and I closed it. Open, close,
Yeah.
open, close, open, close.
You're dinging like crazy
Yes.
in there.
Next thing you know, Chris pops his head up in the window like,
Hey, what happened?
I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
I said, you never should have told me that.
Yeah.
Because one time that we had bad winds and the wind blew his mailbox door open, and all day long he was getting notifications whenever someone would drive past his house. He said he had like 30 notifications that day. And I said,
Yeah.
Chris, you never should have told me that.
Yeah.
It's time now for the Chick-fil-A Story of the Week.
I went to Chick-fil-A for dinner before I came to see you tonight.
Tonight. This day.
This tonight, yes. And I'm very happy to say that I had I almost had a completely 100% positive experience at Chick-fil-A, because when I went to order my food, the lady working the register, she said, what's a good name for the order? And I said, Darin. And she said, how do you spell that? And I said,
Darin.
I said Darin. And she goes, oh, okay. She goes, I just wanted to make sure because, you know, how some people, you know, have different spellings of names. And I said, you know what? I really appreciate you doing that because, and then I went into my first name punchline monologue thing. I'll get Derek, Daryl, Dwayne, Damon, Damien, Darfin, Darwin, D-Ronius. What was the last one?
D's nuts.
D's nuts.
It's gotten that one once.
But I told her, I said, you know, I've been here before at this Chick-fil-A when somebody called me Darwin. And she goes, this one? I said, this one. So anyway, so she typed it all out and I put my credit card in the thing. I didn't do my bit about not knowing how to use the credit card.
Yeah.
But I paid for my food and I didn't say thank you, but I said, you are a rock star. And she goes, wow, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And did I say it's my pleasure? No. I went and I sat my ass down. And then eventually another lady comes and she brings my food and she says, Darin?
Oh my.
It's 2 syllables. Darin. It's like the lady at the first lady took the time to find out how I spell my name, and then the second lady just can't read to save her life.
Okay.
This has been the Chick-fil-A Story of the Week. Now back to you, Mike and Darwin.
Did you vote today?
I did go and I voted today.
Yeah, see, that's part of the reason why the podcast started a little bit late. It's because
Right.
the voting, the whole, defending democracy.
By the way, nobody knows that the podcast started late because ain't nobody watching this.
Well, it just futzed up the whole thing. But, when you go there, you got to give them your ID to prove you are who you are. Mm-hmm. They have an iPad, and you have to sign your name with your finger.
Yes.
And there's a picture.
My signature
when you flip it around,
looks like a serial killer.
you flip it around, and there's like your signature, your proper signature that you did with a pen. Mm-hmm. And then I use my finger to do it, which is, it looked nothing. It didn't even look like I was trying to create letters.
It looks
matter of fact, I stopped and went back to the middle of it and made a big M, which I don't do. Just me. And then an O to show the rest of it. And I flipped it around, and they actually started looking at it. You can see their eyes look up, down, up, down. And they kept doing that. And the person next to her leaned over, and I was this close to saying, "You got to be kidding me. There's no way that that they look the same."
Yeah.
You guys realize the physics of this, right? There's one is I'm using my fingers, I'm using my digits for a very specific and precise movement across a piece of paper. The other one is I'm wielding a sausage finger from over a table on a greasy, COVID-covered feces pad. And I'm trying to compare those two. But they're like, oh, looks legit to me. And then they give me the, democracy card. And I take it over, and I proceed to look up these people on my phone while I'm trying to vote, because I don't know who the hell they are or what they're doing.
You know how you ever get one of those pens that doesn't write, and so you right, you're scribbling with the
yeah.
That's what my signature looks like. It looks like the sheet of paper that you're trying to get the pen to work before you actually sign your name. Before we go,
the signature is stupid.
Oh, yeah,
the signature is stupid.
Yes. But absolutely show them the ID.
I'm not against it.
Right.
I'm not for it either.
Well, it's like Nate Bargatze when he went to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
And
Nathan and Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. He says, it's like when they find out that I go by Nate, that's going to open a Pandora's box. And it's like, well, there's not really much you can do about this. There is.
Yeah.
There is.
I met a guy, his name's Antonio. And I good-natured. I try to be good-natured. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not. I don't turn into until you've known me for a year or two. But I just said, what do you go by? You go by Tony, Tonio, Antony. And he just paused for an uncomfortable amount of time and said, Antonio. I was like, okay.
All right. Easy, slow your roll, Chief.
Hold on, Mr. Banderas. I'm sorry that I offered up alternative ways of saying your name.
I've got a kid named Jacob, and some people want to call him Jake, and he's like, no, I'm not Jake.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a Jake. He doesn't act like a Jake. Not like there's anything wrong with people named Jake.
Yeah.
But he's Jacob. And then, my son Cameron has always gone by Cameron. Very few people, if any, call him Cam. So
Cam's a pretty cool name.
Cam's not bad.
Sounds like it goes in the car.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
That's the Cam shaft.
Yeah.
What's the most memorable moment from Irritable Dad Syndrome? Tell us now on our Facebook or at our website, irritabledadsyndrome.com.
Before we go, I wanted you to know, Mike, that you have influenced one other person in my family, and that is Libby. And now Libby has started to talk like Mike. We went to Subway the other day, and she said, what kind of sandwich are you going to get? I said, I'm going to get a turkey sandwich. She says, you're going to get a turkey sandwich? I'm like, oh, my God. Are you serious? Now Libby has gone full Mike.
It's so mean and and it's stupid. It's so stupid.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
But yeah.
Charlie walks around the house doing it constantly now.
Yeah. Do your kids start doing anything that I do? No, I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. But yeah, thanks a lot, honey.
It's infected your family.
Disinfectant is all right.
The problem is I get the urge to do these things at very inappropriate times. Like, when I was asking me to sign my name, sign your name, they're not going to let me vote if I do that. I'm pretty sure that's in the Constitution. You can't let somebody that's doing that vote
if you're mentally unstable.
No, yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, we're going to go. We want you to go to irritabledadsyndrome.com, and you can download every episode that we have, and you can go to Patreon if you want to help us out financially. That would mean the world to us.
Boy, that would be fun.
That would be great, and you'd feel better about it in the morning. You could, just get up with a purpose and just like, you know what? I'm a decent person now. I'm not a pathetic loser like I was yesterday before I became a Patreon member of Irritable Dad Syndrome. We hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
That uncomfortable pause was Darin expected me to contribute.
Irritable Dad Syndrome was videotaped before a live studio audience.
Let's go live.
Yes, please.
Let's give it to him.
Hi, I'm Mike.
I'm Darin.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast. This is episode 308. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Now we're
glad that you're here.
Yeah, we pulled the old waffle stomp on you there.
We did. We
Darin,
fooled you because I'm not Mike.
No,
I'm
he's
Darin.
Darin, and
Fooled
I'm
ya.
Cricket, and that's how we roll. He used to be, I'm going to mutilate this fact because I don't remember the accuracy of it. Mm-hmm. He was like he ran. He did something physical. He wants me to sign into BattleNet.
BattleNet.
What the hell? There it is.
What's wrong with me tonight? Shake your groove thing, baby.
Why did you do that?
To do what?
It's not what I told you to do.
Oh, are you putting the rundown on the screen?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Oh man, that would be fantastic.
All right, I'm going to let everybody know. You ready?
I am ready.
It's done. It's woofed.
It's
woofed out.
Whoop, there it is.
I don't even want to be in the same room with myself now. Huge heat.
Mr. Huggy. Now you're doing it.
Oh, I got a little head rush there.
Yeah.
I was already on my phone around.
You're just like,
oh,
huh? What? Dude, you clocked out 25 minutes ago.
I just walked out. Take this pod and shove it.
Did you ever open a package of hot dogs and that weird greasy hot dog water is dribbling out? And you wonder, what's up with that? Why are hot dogs wet?
Recording stopped.